A tiny, hirsute, unpleasant-looking little man squats here, wearing a burlap tunic and a tiny white cap. Bloodshot eyes beneath bushy brows take in the surroundings with a contemptuous sneer. The Alp. Let's talk about it. Native to Germanic folklore, the Alp, and not to be confused with the Alp-luachra of Celtic mythology, is almost a combination of a vampire and incubus. But its distinction from those creatures is its magical hat called a Tarnkappe, from which it draws its power. The Tarnkappe translates to camouflage cap or cap of concealment. This cap acts as a veil and gives the Alp the ability to turn invisible, but the caveat is that the hat will always remain visible even when the invisibility is active. Oftentimes, if an Alp loses its magical Tarnkappe, it will pay a hefty sum for its return. What the creature is best known for is the ability to shapeshift into farm animals. At will, the Alp can shapeshift into a dog, cat, pig, snake, a small white butterfly, and some say it can ride a horse and even fly like a bird. Its gaze also possesses an evil eye which sheds malicious intent onto the one who meets it. An Alp Attack is called an Alp-luachra. The Alp attacks its victims when they are asleep. It does so by sitting astride on top of one's chest and slowly becoming heavier and heavier until the crushing weight awakens the terrified dreamer in a breathless state. The victim awakes, unable to move in the Alp's wake. And this was probably the medieval explanation for sleep paralysis, sleep apnea, and night terrors. All very scary and unpleasant experiences. The Alp partakes in a number of mischievous activities like messing with a horse. It will often chew its hair, braid it into elf knots, and twist its tail. It will also ride a horse to exhaustion during the night, milk cows dry as it enjoys the taste of milk, and for fun, crush geese to death. The Alp in mythology have been related to the supernatural elves of the German Mythos, whereas other parts of Europe have taken the Alp and made it their own. Similar creatures with the behavior of the Alp include the Druden, Scratelli, and Old Hag. Common etymology would also refer to the Alp as a mare, like in the word nightmare. Though the Alp has also thought to have been a demon or a creature created from spirits of dead relatives. It varies on how an Alp is birthed into the world. Many believed that children born stillborn with cowl or hair on their palms may become an Alp. Others believe a human or animal turns into an Alp during the night. But the most interesting theory is that an evil being or witch has summoned the Alp to torment others. So possibly the Alp could conspire with a night hag and help her torment villagers in their sleep. Or maybe a night hag coven has a battalion of Alps who go out into the surrounding villages to torment villagers. Protections against the creature in mythology include hanging iron horseshoes from the bedpost, laying a broomstick under your pillow, placing a mirror upon your chest as you sleep, or placing shoes against the bed with its toes pointing towards the door. There are many other ways to protect yourself, but the one that stood out to me the most was a prayer said before going to sleep. Elf, or also little elf, you shall remain no longer. Elf's sister and father, you shall go out over the gate. Elf's mother, druid and mare, you shall go out to the roof ridge. Let the mare not oppress me, let the druid not pinch me, let the mare not ride me, let the mare not mount me. Elf with your crooked nose, I forbid you to breathe. Elves later in their lineage were seen by common folk as threatening and demonic, hence the association. Whereas druid in the prayers refers to Druden, a creature very similar in many ways to the Alp. In the Creature Codex of Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, the Alp is very similar to its mythological interpretation with a little twist. Like we discussed, the Alp in Dungeons & Dragons is seen to be the result of deformities in childbirth. From childbirth, the Alp grows up to torment mortals, but takes particular delight in turning dreams into terrifying nightmares, watching its victims toss and turn in their sleep. The Alp's tactics consist of paralyzing its victims, sitting atop their chest and forcing them to lie there in complete and utter terror. It is also the farmer's bane when not stirring up fears in the unconscious, and will smother chickens, soil infants' diapers, and drain the cow's milk dry. But whenever people are up and about, the Alp will hide in plain sight. It normally turns invisible or changes into a farm animal consistent with the color white, as its white cap doesn't change with it. But occasionally, when the Alp is excited, it forgets this fact. This could lead to some funny scenarios, from seeing a floating white cap in the house, to witnessing a bull or horse munching grass with a silly white cap atop its head. The Alp is classified as a small fey creature with a chaotic evil alignment and intelligence of 10. It has 30 feet of movement and damage resistance to both cold and necrotic, along with condition immunities in the following: charmed, exhaustion, paralyzed, and unconscious. It can see with dark vision up to 60 feet and speak common, sylvan, and umbral. The Alp comes out at a challenge rating of 1. As for abilities, the Alp has several interesting ones. The first is Shadow Stealth, which allows the creature to hide in dim light or darkness. The second is its famous Shape Changer ability, which allows all of itself except its cap to polymorph into a small or tiny beast. And for the third trait is its sunlight sensitivity that is native to many creatures in Dungeons & Dragons. The Alp also has innate spellcasting abilities. These include the following spells requiring no material components: invisibility, silent image, sleep, bestow curse, and of course, dream. As for actions, the Alp has something called the Sleeper's Slap, in which he slaps a sleeping enemy, forcing it to become frightened. Adventurers may also attain the Alp's cap, allowing themselves to turn invisible as well. The Alp is definitely a silly creature to put in your 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons game, but a mischief maker nonetheless. I wonder what would happen if a group of them got together. Would everyone have insomnia and start fighting each other due to the exhaustion of sleep deprivation? Who knows, but I have used creatures that plague dreams in my Dungeons & Dragons game. It is definitely a weird plane of existence to find yourself in, one where anything can happen. Anyways, my fellow warriors, that is the Alp. Man, that was fun. I hope you had as much fun as I did making that video. If you'd like to see more, please leave a like and subscribe. And if you want to get more involved in this wonderful community, then I encourage you to leave a comment and join the Discord server. Anyways, my warriors, I will see you in the morrow when the sun rises upon the crested hill and the winds bring the scent of glory to our hearts.